You know, I almost didn't order the wine.
Really? What stopped you?
Nerves, I guess. Didn't want to seem like I was trying too hard.
You've probably heard those incredibly realistic, conversational AI voices in podcasts or videos. Now, there's an open source tool you can use for free to do the same thing. VibeVoice is a powerful tool that lets you generate long-form, multi-speaker audio that actually sounds natural. Today, I'm going to walk you through the entire install on Ubuntu Linux, and then we'll generate some test audio. Before we start, we need two prerequisites: Git and UV. Git is the tool we'll use to download the code, and UV is the new Python installer we'll use for everything else. We're doing this on Ubuntu Linux. The install pages for both Git and UV show the commands for all systems, including Windows and Mac. So you'll want to make sure you have them both installed if you want to follow along. Now let's copy the code to our machines. We'll use the VibeVoice-community fork. In your terminal, in the folder you want to work from, clone the repository. You can do this by clicking the green code button on the VibeVoice community page here, and then click the Copy URL to Clipboard button. Copy and paste that into your command line, and then press Enter. Now, move into that new directory. Type cd space VibeVoice. We'll use UV to create our virtual environment. This keeps all our packages clean. Type uv space venv. Now let's install all the dependencies from the project file. Type uv space pip space install space -e space and then dot. So now the software dependencies have been installed, but we need to download the actual VibeVoice model. First, we install the downloader, which will download the model from a site called Hugging Face. Type uv space pip space install space Hugging Face _ hub space hf-transfer. Now we'll download the 1.5b version. It's smaller and fine for our tutorial. This is the final step. We'll run the program and point it to the model we just downloaded. Your terminal will show a local URL. Copy that into your browser. If you're using dark mode, some of the text in this UI can be hard to read. I recommend temporarily switching your browser to light mode. Now before we generate anything, let's look at two key features: the CFG scale and multi-speaker mode. Let's start with the CFG scale in advanced settings. This is guidance strength. It controls how strictly the AI follows your reference audio. A low number, like the default, gives the AI more creative freedom. A high number forces it to match your tone exactly, which can sometimes sound less natural. Let's test that. I'll load my helpful reference audio file. I'll type, "This is a simple fix for that common problem." First, I'll generate it at the default CFG of 1.3.
This is a simple fix for that common problem.
Now, I'll crank the CFG up to 2 and generate the exact same line.
This is a simple fix for that common problem.
Did you hear the difference? You'll need to play around with it and do multiple generations to get the exact style you want. Okay, now let's quickly talk about creating a realistic speaker conversation for a podcast or video. If you already have audio references you want to use for voice cloning, place them in the VibeVoice/demo/voices folder. I typically use 15 seconds of audio in either WAV, MP3, or FLAC format, but you can experiment and see what works best for you. First, set the number of speakers to 2. It's capable of up to 4 speakers, but 2 is fine for now. You'll see this gives us 2 speaker selection boxes. For speaker 1, I'll load my enthusiastic file, and for speaker 2, I'll load my helpful file. Keep in mind that the emotion in your reference file is what VibeVoice uses. Remember the old saying, garbage in, garbage out? If you want an enthusiastic speaker, your audio has to sound enthusiastic. Now, in the script input, we format our text just like the examples. You can use speaker 1, speaker 2, and so on. The other option is to just let the model auto-select the speaker, but I prefer to label them. I'm going to copy and paste my test script. Now, I'll click Generate Podcast. This is a pretty common method where you can use different types of emotions in your voice to plan the level of impact and intensity. You could use this for different scene dialogues or motivational speeches that require a build-up in emotional intensity. There are a ton of different use cases, but I think you get the idea of how powerful VibeVoice really is. Now, you may run into certain situations where it generates background music unexpectedly. If this happens, you can either try to regenerate the audio or provide a better quality reference. So that's it. You've installed the VibeVoice Community Fork, and you know how to use the CFG scale and multi-speaker mode to create your own conversations. If this was helpful, then click the subscribe and notification bell and let me know what other VibeVoice or AI-related topics you'd like to see next in the comments below. We are born with a spark, a fire that whispers one truth. We are meant to be free. This isn't a gift from anyone. It is our divine birthright, the very essence of our humanity. And yet, look at the cages of expectation they build. We've been taught to trade the open sky for a predictable perch, convinced that confinement is security. We've forgotten how to soar. But you feel it, don't you? That spark is still in you, that restless feeling that there has to be more. What if we stopped asking for permission? This is the moment. Not tomorrow, but now.